Welcome, everyone, back to the Boiling Point podcast and our special series, A Really Good Talk with the one and only Connor Clarkson. Connor, welcome back. We had a little, it was a little gap between our first episode and our second episode. Lots happened, and we're probably going to maybe actually talk a little bit about that in the third or fourth episode.
Yep.
I was moving, and you were, dealing with some of your others, dealing with some stuff of your own. So, but we're back now for episode 2. The first episode's done pretty good, so we're going to keep this going and see how it develops.
And it looks like a lot's changed. You now have a new tagline, yeah? The bad guy.
Oh yes, the bad guy. Yes, I am the roommate. I forgot I didn't even introduce myself. It's a rainy, crappy day here in Pennsylvania. I had my hip injection yesterday, and Connor's got crap weather out there, so we're both feeling not 100% today. But yes.
And it's nearly the middle of the night.
Yes, I did. And for you, yes, it's the middle of the night. Yes. But yes, I did decide to embrace the moniker that several people were starting to just dub me. Yes, most of them were wrestling fans. A couple people who weren't wrestling fans had just, had also dropped the line, the bad guy. So I decided to embrace it. So I am the Razor Ramon of podcasting, the bad guy, JD. Yes, that's correct. Because I draw heat no matter where I am, whether it's the Boiling Point podcast here,
Yeah.
Just in the last week when we're shooting this, you've seen, and you know that I'm not immune to it on the entertainment side, even though we don't really talk about anything that we talk about here or there. I still can draw heat. I just draw heat by opening my mouth, man. If I ever was in a wrestler, I wouldn't be able to be a heel. I think people just naturally maybe want to boo me.
Yes, I remember some of our conversations the past couple of weeks.
No, that's not entirely true. We have plenty of supporters and plenty of good people on our side. But even like it's my friends and stuff that, they're just doing it, jokingly. Hey man, you're a bad, you're definitely their bad guy. That's pretty much what they've been saying. So I decided to embrace it. So yes,
I am the ball and run with it.
Yeah, I am the bad guy, JD now. And I brought it onto both brands because why not?
Shit, if you've got it, take the ball and run with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So wait till the t-shirts come out. Oh, they're coming. They are. Hey, that's a good segue, even though it's not for the Boiling. Go check out the Boiling Point podcast storefront, bonfire.com/store/the Boiling Point podcast. But check out our sister brand, Mayhem Media, and I just dropped a whole bunch of new designs and stuff on that. So that's bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media shop for the Mayhem storefront. So go buy some apparel on either storefront. They both go to help the podcast. So new Connor apparel too. What do you like your new apparel, Connor?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it'd look better when it actually turns up. We all know what shipping delays are like from the US to the UK, but yeah.
Yeah, you should have yours in the next week or two. Everybody got a new shirt with the new designs and stuff that were coming out. And I actually need more Mayhem shirts because I only have 2 of them, and I have like 5 Boiling Point podcast shirts. So I bought myself 3 new Mayhem Media shirts so that I can balance, so that I don't have to do the laundry 3 times a week.
Makes sense. Make it easier.
I don't know about you, Connor, but I sweat when even just like right now, when I'm on, I run a little warmer. I tend to sweat more. Do you find that too, or no? You're pretty cool and relaxed.
Brother, I could literally just be sat on my bed doing absolutely nothing, and the next thing you know, I am sweating like hell.
Do you think, I wonder if that has something to do with just us, we don't move around and stuff all the time, like other people. So I'm wondering when we do something, if that does just elevates our temperature maybe more than normal or something. But yeah, especially when I'm podcasting, man, I always run hot. I mean, I run hot 24/7, but
yeah,
when I'm shooting a show, yeah. So, all right. Something we wanted to bring up in this episode, we're going to get started with some of the topics. There's a page that I follow. Connor hasn't been able to get to it yet. I'm not sure if there's a problem between the UK and America, if they have maybe it blocked or something like that. I'm not sure, but there's a page. I'm not going to shout out the page right this second. Maybe another time, or maybe later in the show. But there's a She's a person with disabilities as well. I'm not 100% sure. I should have wrote that down, but I can't recall exactly what it is that she has. And just I have it here. This goes to our subtopic, a certain really opinionated page. And I don't have a problem with people having opinions, but some of the stuff I don't agree with. She does post some stuff that I don't agree with, and I'm not talking about politically or anything like that. I'm talking about just from a perspective of someone in a wheelchair or someone with disability.
Yeah.
So, and she also likes to throw the term ableist around. Where do you stand on that word?
Well, first of all, I'm not exactly standing. We'll get that part out of the way.
I think they got that part when they figured out the show's called A Really Good Talk. And if you didn't, well, welcome.
If you don't know, then get to know.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I mean, there's obviously ways of calling out ableism, but if you're just going to use the word to use it, then you're not exactly using it for the right reasons.
So what do you think? So you think that there's some ableism in the world? And I guess that's, ableism is someone who is who doesn't want to change things or doesn't think that people with disabilities should have what they have or the support that they get or the resources that they have. And that's the only time that I would like to use it is on the extreme side. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only time I think I'd like, I would ever use it is if it's really on the extreme side. Okay. I'm not saying ableists don't exist. I'm saying the divide is not as great as some of the people with disabilities, I think, try to portray on their page. It's not everywhere where they think it is. Not everything is ableist either. You know what I mean? I also believe some of it, whether you want to call it ignorance or whatever, maybe they just don't know, but I think that has something to do with it too. But I don't like the term ableist because it's just like more division. Like you just said, if you're just going to use it, if you're going to use it to someone who just doesn't, that where it doesn't really apply, then you're just using it to create more separation and more divide. That's why I don't like the term.
Yeah, like if there's a reason to use it. I mean, like especially on the extreme sentence where it's like, oh, this, and this, then obviously, yeah, if it's that extreme, then label it as ableism. Yeah, I mean, I've had a joke with.
Let's give an example of like what we're talking about with like extreme ableism. Let's say we wanted to go into a business or something, and there are businesses that don't have ramps or don't have handicap access. Yep. But then these people also just don't want that. Like they're like, no, we're not putting ramps in. We're not doing anything. We're not accommodating you. That is what I think I'm referring to when I use the term ableist, is someone who is willingly doesn't want to change things for some ignorant, stupid, petty little reason for people who have disabilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But at the same time, like if they don't accommodate for that or refuse to, then they could possibly be shutting out a massive demographic.
Yeah. But someone that comes up to you and wants to ask you about your disability, that person's not an ableist.
Exactly.
Okay. That's
what I mean. They're just trying to educate themselves.
Yeah. See, I want to make sure that's the extremes that we're talking about here. Okay. Like, because this page tends to throw it around a little bit, like I said, when they don't really need to. So someone's being willfully ignorant or willfully, against wheelchair people, then, or discriminate against wheelchair people like that. Those people are ableists. People who just come up to you and ask you about your disability or maybe just don't understand exactly what's happening because they just don't know whether, and I'm talking about people who may just be ignorant because they don't know, not because they're being willfully ignorant, but people who just maybe don't know. And those people are not ableists. They're just curious. They just don't understand. Help them and educate them, and then they won't be an ableist. Not that they are anyway. So that's the extremes that we're talking about with this term. I don't like the term unless it's really used for the right reasons, for spot on, someone who is actually, an ableist, if we want to use that word. But do you have any other thoughts on it?
I mean, here's the thing, obviously, with the extreme cases, then yeah, but if someone was to just walk up to me in the bar and start asking me fucking questions, I wouldn't sit there and be like, no, fuck you, you're an ableist. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, listen, go grab yourself a pint, go grab yourself a chair, and let's have a fucking chat.
Yeah. Now, some people I know don't want to talk about their disabilities. I've offered people with disabilities to even come on the show, and they don't want to do that. And I don't have a problem with that. You don't have to. But then you also can't use the term ableists with people who are just don't know. You know what I mean? If you're
Yeah,
not willing to educate them, then you're, you know what I mean? That there's a give and take there a little bit. I think that's what I'm kind of saying. So I'm not really a fan of the word at all. I don't really care for it. So, but it's just a page that was brought up, and Connor and I were talking about it one night, and we were like, yeah, let's talk about this on the next show. So we wanted to do that. Leave us a comment if you're watching this. What are your thoughts on the term ableist and where it may or may not apply? And you know, we are looking for comments to these episodes so that we can address them in future episodes. We may even do a live episode coming up. So please leave us comments. All right, Connor, you want to talk about what do you think? Transportation difficulties? We have that on. Or we also have you. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. This could be a little bit fun. Have you ever encountered any assholes in wheelchairs?
JD, you're talking to one.
No. I don't mean like that. Yeah. No. Okay, let's clarify. Excellent point. Yes, we both could certainly be classified as assholes, but I'm talking about like people in wheelchairs. Again, this almost goes. That's why we had this in this episode. It almost goes to the term ableists too, but reverse. People in wheelchairs who think they're owed something.
Yep.
People in wheelchairs who think that when they're going down a hall, and this is a true story. When I was training to drive, and yeah, I have a license. If I had the right van with the right equipment, I could get in a vehicle right now and drive away, and never come back. No, that's just a joke. But so while I had to go to this school in Johnstown. It's just outside of Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. If you are anywhere near that area, it's in Johnstown. And I had to stay at this. It's basically a college, right? They had dorms and stuff, and that's what I did. I stayed in a dorm for 3 days a week while I trained to drive. On a personal note, I think Johnstown is one of the worst places to be. I didn't like being there. I didn't like. That's why I didn't stay for the whole week. Like that's why I commuted. I did not want to be there. I would not have wanted to stay there for 6 straight weeks. I'm so glad that I commuted. It was the right decision to make because on the days that I had overnights there, it was so boring, soberingly boring. So it was not, and you know, you think in a dorm room, but I was also not the person to be going out and like just trying to look for parties and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, and plus I was there to drive. I wasn't going to be looking to be hungover as I was going to see my driving instructor, but it was just boring there. There wasn't anything. I didn't like being there. So I commuted, but I was at lunch, sitting with some of the other people in wheelchairs on one of the days that I was there. And they were talking, and this person told this story that I'm about to tell you. He said he was sitting there. He was driving down the hall, and there were 2 people standing and talking. And you know, he drove up to him, and he looked at him, and he said that they looked back, and then they continued talking. And then he just ran right through him. And my first question and thought was, did you say excuse me?
Exactly.
And they said, no, they saw me. They should have moved. And I was like, or you could have said, excuse me. Right?
Exactly.
What are your thoughts on that particular scenario there?
I mean, you can't just like, no pun intended, just sit there and expect someone to move. Like, but obviously, if you've said excuse me like 4 or 5 times and they've just blatantly ignored you, then that's a different thing in itself.
I think 4 or 5 is a little excessive. I think 1, excuse me, if I will say it twice. I will say excuse me, and then I will yell excuse me as loud as I possibly can. And then I will say fine. And then I will do what the person did. The point is, though, that you got to give people the opportunity, though, right? Like you can't just assume. You have to say excuse me. It's polite. Man.
Yeah, you can't just come to a stop and think, oh shit, you've seen me, but you've not moved. Fuck it. Say goodbye to your ankles.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to give them a little bit of time to actually
Well, he
move.
said he just turned and kept talking. But if I'm that, how do I know that person's not coming up to the person that I'm talking to and not waiting until the conversation is over? Why would they just supposed to know that he was coming through?
Yeah.
That's what doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I think there's a balance there. You can't just be a straight a-hole because you have a disability. Have you ever encountered anybody? Or have you ever done that yourself?
I haven't done it myself. Wink, wink. This cannot be used against me, so okay. I've had it before where I've been driving said mobility scooter just down the road, and someone literally at the corner in another mobility scooter has just pulled out and almost created a car crash of mobility scooters.
Oh wow, really?
I'm just like, what the fuck?
Wow, I definitely can't say that I've had that ever. I've never been
It's like
intentionally cut off
there
my
are some
wheelchair
people over here. There are
by
some
another
people
wheelchair.
over here.
Yeah, I've had people try and wiggle around me. The footrests make bad. If you try and get, you're trying to crowd me in the front, my footrest will destroy your shins. You will create a wide berth the first time you throw your shin into my footrest. Trust me. And the back, because I drive a front wheel drive chair, so anytime I turn, the butt of the chair swings. So if you stand too close to the rear,
good luck.
Your toes.
Yeah, good luck.
Little wheels on the back, right? So you don't get the full up and over. But I clip the side of your foot, unless you got steel toe boots on.
I mean, even if you've got steel toe boots on, you're not coming away from that 100% the same way you went into it.
I know steel toes. I've run over people with steel toes. They can't feel it. They are impervious to my wheelchair.
I might have to test that with my friend that's got a few steel toe boots from work. I'll be like, listen, can I just do a test?
Tell him when it dents in, you just can pop it right back out quick. I did dent it. Yeah, I did dent a steel toe boot, but not like it's still like he was like, no, I don't.
Yeah, you can still use it for its main function.
Yeah. So, and he wanted me to do it. I don't care if it would have been, he don't ask me to do it. If you're not prepared.
Legit, like, I'll do it for free. If you're asking, I'll do it for free.
No, this isn't on the point of assholes in wheelchairs, but when I'm at the bar sometimes, because if I'm sit with someone, I'll face them at the bar and kind of have the bar to my side. Yeah. Now I understand my chair's long, so I take up more space than just one stool when I'm sideways, But me and my brother were at the casino. There's a casino nearby, Hollywood Casino. Unfortunately, they don't do poker, so I don't visit there very often. I'm not a slot guy or a craps guy or a blackjack guy. Poker. And we were at the bar, we're having some drinks, enjoying the band and stuff. We're in between at the slots, right? Because we did go up there, so we were going to spend some money. So we took a break from the slots. We were having some drinks at the bar. We're listening to the band. And these people come up right behind me. There's a whole bar. I'm at the corner. We're at the corner. Okay. And they're crowding me on the full length of the bar from behind. So they step on my wheels. Let me tell you, Connor, you want to talk about pet peeves? You step on my back wheels and you're going to get my attention quick.
Yep. So
they step on my wheels or like do a little trip over it. So I kind of do the turn that, you see,
can I help you?
You see, I'm like, hey, the whole fucking bar is open. I'm here. So, I go back and Josh, my brother, he's already got his hand up over his mouth. He already knows what's coming. So he's already got this big smile on his face. He's trying to hold the laughter. So, we're continuing. And then, so he does it again. So I put my controller down. I swing the back of my chair and then I swing it back, but I'm significantly closer to him when I swing back in. And then I back up a little bit more. So then actually trips on the chair, like almost trips on the chair itself. And he's like, "Oh, excuse," at least he says, "Excuse me." So, and then they move down the bar, but I don't stop. I swing the ass of my chair out, swing it back in, and then I'm a little bit closer. And he steps on the wheel again, and then I just put my chair back. I back up a little bit further, and then he's like, "Oh, excuse me," and then they decide to move all the way down the bar at that point. But the point is that he stepped on my wheels several times when the whole bar is open. It's one thing it had been crowded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it was crowded, then you've kind of got a little bit wrong.
Then I should have turned. Yeah, then I should have turned to let them in, right? Because there's not enough room.
But if the whole fucking bar's open, go to a different part of the bar.
Yeah. I mean, I'm even just saying, even if the whole bar is full, I get, all right, I'll turn if the whole bar is full. But when the whole bar is open, then, move down the bar. Like, don't keep stepping on my wheels. Like, you get one, and then on the second one, I'm gonna say, "Excuse me," or something, which is what I did. But then after that, I'm going to mess with you. I got something in my eye. I apologize. But I'm going to start messing with you. It's just like when I'm out in public, I've been out in public, especially when I was in high school. Then my friends would be like, I remember the first couple times they happened, they were shocked. And then they started doing it intentionally just so I would do it. But they'd be like, we'd be at Denny's or a restaurant or something. They'd be like, "Hey, those people are staring at you." And then I'd be like, "What? What do you mean they're staring at me?" And I started going it across the restaurant. Why would
I have done that so many times.
So, yeah. I don't know where we were going with that, but it was just a little side story there. Do you have any on when you had the opposite way? Not we're kind of shifting a little bit here, but not assholes in wheelchairs, but have you ever encountered assholes where they've tripped over your chair or done something to you, leaned on you? I hate that. Oh, don't use that. Wheelchair is not your crutch. It's not your cane. It is not your banister. My arm is mine.
I've had two things that is probably the biggest fucking pet peeves that I've got, right? The first one is, when they're stepping on your back wheels, right? Yeah. It's the opposite. So when they're stood in front of you, but their ass is that fucking close to you, they're almost driving your scooter to the point where if they step back, they're essentially almost sitting on you.
Yeah, and you can't like bump them from the back because you know that they're going to end up falling right into your lap and you're squished.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, I can't move you out of the way, or I can't even move, because if I move forward, you're going to end up on my lap. If you go backwards anymore, you're going to end up on my lap.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
I thought about that one time, and I just thought about the TVMA. Don't let your kids be watching this episode. But the thought occurred to me one time for me to ask the person in front of me if they were looking for me to be, do you want me to fist you? I mean, no, because you're absolutely right, dude. I didn't even think about that one, but it's absolutely happened to me too. Yeah.
It's like sometimes you can't win. You've either got someone too close to the point where you're almost going into them.
Yeah.
Or they're almost going into you. It's kind of one of them things in the situation. Do you push forward or push back?
Yeah, or they're tripping over your back wheels, and if you move forward too far, then the person in front of you is going to end up in your lap, and that's not good for business either.
Exactly. I mean, the second one, I don't know about you, but fucking sometimes when I'm out and I'm having a conversation, especially with professionals, right? I could go on for fucking ages, but because eventually I'm going to want to sleep, I'll try and be short. Again, no pun intended. Yeah. Again, when you're having a conversation with professionals and they think they have to go on their knees to talk to you at the same fucking level, like, brother. Yep. You know exactly what I mean.
How are you doing today, Connor?
So, Connor, how is everything? Are you well? Oh, that's so good to hear.
I like to lean back.
Excuse me, it's the legs that don't work, not the brain.
Yeah, I like to lean back forward and go, "Hi, I'm great. How are you today? I
Yeah.
like to go straight. I like to go straight Sesame Street, almost Elmo on that in that regard. You know what I mean?
It pisses me off, but I get so much entertainment out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't like that. No, I get smart real quick. If you don't get that, like if you don't get my right back at you, my sarcasm right back at you, then I elevate it quickly. You're gonna know by the
Yep.
second comment that I don't want you. Like, are you kidding me? Like, especially there's a significant age difference between us, Connor here. So Connor's literally half the age that I am. So
Yes, you old fuck.
yeah, so I'm in my prime, motherfucker. I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't remember. I got totally off topic there. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, in regards to the whole like leaning down and treating you like that, yeah, like I'll make it pretty quick that you're not gonna be talking like
Winning
that.
this.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Especially, that's where I was going. Especially at my age, like I'm gonna be like, I wouldn't even do that. Do the sarcasm thing back. I would look at him and be like, I'm 42 years old and not stupid. Stand up straight and talk to me. You don't need to kneel down. You don't need to bend over. You don't need to sit on my lap. I mean, if you want to sit on my lap, depending on who it is, I guess. But
yeah, depending on who it is.
I don't need. Yeah, that's
if it's like an Alexa Bliss or a Charlotte Flair, I'll give them a one-time pass.
Yeah, and that's different from like someone bending down to like whisper in your ear, like trying to make a private comment or something like that. That's not what we're talking about.
Whispering's completely different. Like if you've got to whisper something, like by all means, stoop down to my level.
Yeah, most of the people, or at least most of the people who watch the Boiling Point podcast are going to understand the behavior that we're talking about. It's the people that hate us that are going to be like, that are going to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just a lot of fun. It's just, isn't it? It's some days it's a lot of fun, right, Connor?
It definitely is.
All right. Well, we're about 30 minutes, and we didn't want this episode to be quite as long as the other one because, like I said, we're still trying to sort this out and what this show is going to be, how we want to present it. If you think that we are running out of topics to talk about for this, I can assure you we are not. We are already, Connor and I just had a meeting last week when we made this episode. We're already. Oh, I got it in another document. We're already what 5-6 episodes. Like we already have outlines for the next. Yeah, we already got the outlines and stuff for the next 6, plus a live episode. Like this show's going to be around for a little while. That's why we started doing it so far apart. Like the original plan was to do like 4 a year, 5 a year, or something like that. But as we've been discussing episodes and the content we want to put out with it, it's snowballed into several more episodes. So you'll likely see part 3 sometime here in the next probably before July, I would think, maybe even or right around the 4th of July we might get the next episode out. So they're going to start coming a little more frequently now that we're back to shooting him, and now that Connor is at least back to part-time work with the company. So we're grateful for that. We're looking forward to when he's back full-time. But you know what? And we're going to save that for the episode. We'll save that. We're going to save why he's not working full-time. And when I say full-time, it's not like he's getting paid or anything, but the amount of effort he can put in is not what it used to be. And there's a reason for that. We're going to save that for another episode because that's going to be a fun episode also. We're going to be crying laughing probably during that episode because we're going to have some ridiculousness to say.
And there will probably be a few people in the UK sat in their office listening to this thinking, shit, I'm probably about to get fired.
I hope so. Because I'm going to hammer. Listen, I live in the United States. I can hammer your people all day, Connor.
100%.
Yeah. What are they going to do? Call me on the phone. Oh, could you stop talking shit? No, I can't.
Oi, bro, innit?
Could you stop talking some rubbish? I can talk a lot more. Yes, I can, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Didn't you tell me one of your people was a woman but is not or doesn't look like it or something? See, I can. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? I don't care. I really don't. I don't care.
I mean, one of the professionals I'm dealing with is a wrestling fan. And they were like, so how would you describe you as a person? And I just went, Danhausen. Very nice, very evil.
Oh, man, that's great. I'm going to use that next time someone asks me to.
No, I'm putting a trademark on it. You are not using it unless I'm getting paid a royalty
trademark on it. I'm pretty sure Danhausen already has that. He has everything Danhausen on lockdown. You know that.
Yes.
This is totally off topic now, but
he's getting a massive push. Like he's getting just quickly off topic. He's getting pushed. Like he's getting quality screen time.
Dude, they're gonna overuse
highest
him.
merch sales.
They're gonna overuse him. But he is, he has everything trademarked. His whole Danhausen is trademarked.
Yeah, the face paint.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
The women that came out of the coffin.
Yeah. One of them was his wife. I don't know if you know that or not. When he had the women housings, the female housings.
I did not even realize that guy was married.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's married. And that was and he apparently married good because one of those female housings was his wife, Hausen.
Very nice, Hausen.
You know what I'm saying, Hausen?
Yep, I know what you're saying, Hausen.
All right, no, that's enough of that. So, all right, we had some fun. Leave us a comment on what we talked about. Leave us a comment if you'd like us to address a certain topic in the next episode. And until then, make sure you check out the page, The Boiling Point Podcast. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble. Check out the storefront, bonfire.com/store/The Boiling Point Podcast. Marcus Frederiksen plays us in and out of this series as he does many of our series, both on the Mayhem Media side and the Boiling Point Podcast side. Make sure you go check out his music, reverbnation.com/Marcus Frederiksen, and share out your favorite song and tag us. And until then, for the one and only Connor Clarkson, I am the bad guy, JD. And this is not the end, only the beginning.